This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 and verse 2. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Yeah, this is an example of that. Us out here on the street teaching this word, we're standing what? In great boldness. We're surely not sitting. Ain't no fucking lawn chairs out here. We're standing, man. Standing great boldness. You got to be bold to do what we do. You got to be bold.
Yep.
The scriptures say, come boldly before the throne of grace. Right? So go ahead.
And made no account of his labors.
Made no account of his labors. Go ahead.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
That's why Esau is trying to push all kinds of legislation to ultimately get us off the streets. Ultimately shut down this ministry. Why is that? Because the truth is destroying it. The prophecy says he shall be destroyed by the spirit of the Lord's mouth and by the brightness of his coming. The spirit of the Lord's mouth are the prophets speaking these scriptures, speaking this truth. It's getting to Esau, man.
Yeah, there's a thing I was going through earlier. If you saw my video, it's called the Neronian persecution. So when you look that up, it's talking about how Nero hated the Christians, which are the Israelites. And he was the one, that whole fire, Rome being burned on fire, he set that up so he can use that excuse to come against the Israelites. So if he came against us back then, he's going to come up against us now.
And another reason why he hated the Christians, because they shook up the world back then when they were preaching the gospel of Yahushua. The scripture said these are those that shook up the world. Now guess what? Fast forward to this time, we're shaking up the world by bringing out this truth. This truth is shaking up this world, man. And in particular, GMS, Great Millstone, our true affiliates. Because when we came on YouTube in the summer of 2007, that's when this truth blew wide open. Before that, Nate was on there. Nate was on YouTube. And what's his name? Bubble Like Blackfish was on YouTube. They didn't blow this thing up. But then when Elder Pascal began with him, GMS, when we came on YouTube, summer of 2007, this thing blew wide open. Open the door. Where's your car?
I just got this to finish up with.
Yeah, and then we're
it says,
6:30 now. So
and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Hold up. Why is it called strangeness? Imagine a spaceship come, and imagine a spaceship come over you and take you up into the air, man. That's strange. Other people are seeing it, they're like, oh shit. So that's why the scriptures say the strangeness of his salvation. And right there, that shows you what salvation is. To be abducted into that spaceship, that's salvation. You wacky tacky Christians, you dullards. You don't even know what salvation is.
Yep, and it says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Go ahead.
So far beyond all that they looked for.
So far beyond all that they looked for. The thought of a spaceship coming.
Right.
Yeah, they don't think we're going to be saved that way. You know?
Yeah, it is.
Link that up with Revelation 11. It said our enemies beheld us.
Hold up, when the spaceship came to get Yahushua.
You know, sorry to cut you off. You know, it cuts these Israelite groups that say you got to flee out of here. That cuts it because we got to be in the midst of the enemy's got to see us.
Right.
We're going to be standing next to the enemy, and we're going to be beamed up, and the enemy's going to look up, and they're going to wonder why they ain't being beamed up.
Right.
But then the missile's going to come simultaneously. So everything's going to happen quick. The righteous shall scarcely be saved. Saved meaning delivered from impending danger. You know?
Yep.
Yahushua said that 2 men shall be in the field, 1 shall be taken, the other left. Kind of reminds you of Elisha and Elijah. The spaceship came, parted Elisha from Elijah, and Elijah was taken up. Elisha was left.